First to our top story this lunchtime, and a lawyer for most of the Bloody Sunday families says 55 soldiers who detectives wanted to interview about the killings have refused to cooperate with the murder investigation. The victims' families met the police last night and were given an update on the progress of the inquiry. 13 people were killed on Bloody Sunday and a 14th died later. Shiels from Madden and Finucane solicitors was at last night's meeting.
The meeting that was held by the Senior Investigating Officer of the PSNI investigation team, it's Detective Chief Inspector Harrison, whereby he was providing the families and the wounded with an update in respect of where his investigation sits presently. He advised us that the task of the interviewing the civilian witnesses was largely complete. 239 civilian witnesses declined for various reasons to provide a witness statement to his inquiry. 310 witnesses did, and I think some 384 potential witnesses have actually died since 1972. So in broad figures, in terms of civilians, a third of the witnesses are deceased, a third were not willing to cooperate, and a third had engaged with the inquiry. He also provided an update in relation to the position with regards to military witnesses. He said that it had identified 131 soldiers to visit. 27 of those, these are soldier witnesses now, not suspects. The 27 of those were deceased. That 55 of that number have refused to cooperate. They've interviewed 34 soldiers, and they're currently dealing with 7 military witnesses at present. So there are obviously very significant concerns from the families about that situation.
What were their main concerns?
The concerns, firstly, are in relation to the military witnesses. So it's about 40% of the relevant military witnesses are not providing statements, and they don't appear to be put under any particular pressure to provide statements. One of the lawyers from our firm indicated that the police had certain powers open to them under the Criminal Law Act, where very severe sanctions can be brought to bear in relation to people who decline to provide relevant information where they have information, essentially withholding information charges. And the police said that this was something that they weren't minded to warn witnesses about at this stage, but they would keep under review in the future. The other main issue is that the powers of arrest that are open to the police have not been invoked at all in respect of the murder suspects, and the contrast was pointed out to the police that in relation to many civilian suspects and any number of criminal investigations are often arrested, brought to a police station, interviewed, and if they have to be bailed, are then subsequently bailed pending further inquiries. But that, for tactical reasons, that hasn't been carried out at all so far by this investigation team.
Just to be clear, we're talking about suspects there, or are we talking about these witnesses? No,
to be clear, in relation to invoking the powers of arrest, those are in relation to suspects, persons, soldiers who are suspected of carrying out crimes, like serious crimes, such in this case is murder, attempted murder, manslaughter, etc. So those concerns are in relation to suspect soldiers, not soldier witnesses.
There has been some speculation as well that this investigation may be handed over to the Historical Investigations Unit. Do we know if that's the case?
It was something that was raised, and the investigating officer was very clear in that was certainly not his understanding. He said he was aware of the speculation in the media himself. Currently, the investigation sits within the Legacy Investigations branch of the PSNI, and he was very clear in that he had no indication presently that was something that was due to happen.
And that was Solicitor Ciarán Shiels from Madden and Finucane. Well, we have had a statement from the police. It says, during the meeting, DCI Harrison confirmed that 34 military witnesses and 310 civilian witness statements have already been recorded. He also told the families that 7 military witnesses would be interviewed over the coming months, along with 10 civilian witnesses.